Hi guys, so today's episode this is sponsored by Softube, the Northit project and our page Double Track. You can check us on Facebook, YouTube, and other social channels. So for today we're going to mix a song entitled "Hold On to Me." So shout out to Peds and Dennis for sending me this track. So let's dive in. So this is the whole session. Let's check the artist final mix first. For playback, let's see.
When the doubt creeps in, help me hold on to every promise of your word. You alone have found my worth. When the darkness hides your face, Lord, give me the faith to believe. You're holding me, hold on to me. There's so many things, oh God, that I could really thank you for. From the way the sun rises in the morning to the time it sets, or even in the storm. I thank you for these eyes to see when I wake each day. You still let me breathe, Father. Help me remember that all these things are but by your grace and mercy. 'Cause sometimes it gets hard to think how you've been so good to me. My assurance is to slip from me. So remind me of your sovereignty. When the doubt creeps in, help me hold on to every promise of your word. And you alone have found my worth. When the darkness hides your face, Lord, give me the faith to believe. You're holding me, hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me,
Alright, so that's the artist's final mix. So let's see what we did here. This is the mix I did.
When the doubt creeps in, help me hold on to every promise of your word. You alone have found my worth. When the darkness hides your face, Lord, give me the faith to believe. You're holding me, hold on to me. There's so many things, oh God, that I could really thank you for. From the way the sun rises in the morning to the time it sets, or even in the storm. I thank you for these eyes to see when I wake each day. You still let me breathe, Father. Help me remember that all these things are but by your grace and mercy. 'Cause sometimes it gets hard to think how you've been so good to me. My assurance is to slip from me. So remind me of your sovereignty. When the doubt creeps in, help me hold on to every promise of your word. And you alone have found my worth. When the darkness hides your face, Lord, give me the faith to believe. You're holding me, hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me. Truth is I'm scared to admit.
Alright, so let's dive in to what I did here. Let's go to the drums first. So the drums, what I did to the drums is basically has API in it. So on the drums, let's solo the drums. Compressor just slightly touching the transients and also has some drive on it. So let's go and check the kick here. So the kick has an EQ and a compressor in it and some drive in it. So basically I use the API class A on the drums. So I'll A/B this before and after. Alright, so next one I did on the snare 2 particularly, is the Valley of People Slam, and this Pro EQ right here. So let's check that snare. So basically, this is before. Again, I will A-B it before and after. Right, and then I did the same thing on the stick. Particularly, I sent it also to the room, EQ'd it, and then another slam. And then on the kick and snare loop, I didn't have anything right here. Snap, I didn't have anything. On the hats and the clap, I used the tone lock tilt, particularly on this arrangement and this song. Some of the sounds has too much low in it that I don't need, and it's not bright enough. So I always use this tilt to basically just balance the overall sound. So it's not towards bassy and it's not towards too bright for me. So this is a quick fix if you need anything like that to work. So I did that on the hats and the claps and the drums, the loop on the bridge. This two right here, and then on another loop towards the end right here, I just EQ'd it like this. So let's listen to the whole drum track, including the loops and the percussions. So again, I will A-B it before and after. Okay, so that's how it sounds. And then let's go forward to the bass. The bass section, I think, has two parts, the top and bottom, but I didn't use the bottom because they sounded almost the same to me. So I just used the top. On the top, I use this API with the shape on, equalizer on, and the compressor on. Again, just touching a little bit. So let's check it. Again, I will A-B it before and after. So basically, it has some bite now compared before the processing. So let's move forward to the lead vocals. So this is the main vocal track, and everything goes to a bass. The bass has this processing right here. So all the main vocals goes to, first is a waist compressor limiter to just compress and even out all the vocal dynamics that's there. And then I use this waist EQ. This song particularly has very problematic frequencies right here. So apparently it wasn't recorded very good. So I had to make something out of that. And then I'd use the CL1B, the old trusty CL1B for the compression. And then another tube tech. So I use a pull tech to bring up the warmth, then control the high end a little bit, make it a little bit smoother overall. Use the waist, the esser to control some poking resonances. And lastly, I use some surgical bands to remove some 3.53K and to add some 3.21K. Again, pretty close. So you can boost the frequency that you want without sacrificing anything, because you're bringing down that harsh frequency right here and then bringing up the whole band of frequency right here. Again, let's A-B it before and after.
Help me hold on to every promise of your word. And you alone I find my worth. When the darkness hides your face, Lord, give me the faith to believe. You're holding me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me.
So apart from having this processing on the lead vocal bass, I'm using an accent to add some reverb and delay. So the vocal verb is this, the char 1 reverb with the EQ, with the following EQ in it. Basically some reverbs emphasizes some certain frequencies like 2K, 3K or something like that you don't want to add on top of the processed vocals. So you just have to remove it with the EQ. We have this one. This one is the delay. I use the tube delay this tube delay is going to another reverb. Again, it has some EQ in it. So this is the reverb. So this is the delay reverb chain. So let's go to the piano and the EP. So again, I'll AB before and after. So with both of them, I use the tilt again because their frequency balance is a little bit warm on the warm side and it's too much because you don't want to mask the bass with the bass of the keyboards, right? So I have no processing on the piano and the pad, as you can see, but I had to use 2 tube delays on the EP because I want to widen it up and I want it to be interesting. So let's see. Let's solo it before and after. So let's move on to the background vocals. Okay, so we have these background vocals again. These background vocals goes to the background vocals bass, which is processed by TubeTech CL1B Mark II. Again on a 2 to 1 ratio. Just leveling things, and I added some harmonics. So a little bit of drive right here and some corrective EQ. So next track is the radio sounds. This is the radio sounds. So let's AB it first so we can hear it.
Help me hold on to every promise of your word. You alone have found my worth. When the darkness hides your face, Lord, give me the faith to believe. You're holding me, hold on to me.
Right, so that's the intro part. And then the guitars. The guitars is sent to a reverb, which is a room. The room is right here. This is the setting on the room, and I also use an EQ there. And then I also sent the keys and the background vocals in that same room. On the guitars, I use the tone locks tilt again and this EQ. So let's AB it again so you can hear it. Right? So let's move on to the brass. So on the brass, I didn't do anything but just to add some room in it, so make it more realistic, to add some depth. As you can see, I use 2 kinds of reverbs here. A big hall, a kind of big hall, and a room sound to manipulate the distance and the depth of that brass trombones. And then on this one track, I use the tilt again just to tonally balance it. Let's A/B it again, before and after. Right? So you can hear that brasses, the different parts of the brasses coming together and then blending in, and then they have their own room. This is just by adding reverb. There's no EQ, there's no compression in here. So this is how you use a reverb properly. On the master, what I have on the master is, so basically it's an EQ, the Chandler EQ, the channel compressor, and the waste limiter. I had the tape on the mix effects on the studio.
When the dark creeps in, help me hold on to every promise of your word. You alone have found my word. When the darkness hides your face, Lord, give me the faith to believe. You're holding me, hold on to me. There's so many things, oh God, that I could really thank you for. From the way the sun rises in the morning to the time it sets, or even in the storm. I thank you for these eyes to see you, and I wake each day. You still let me breathe, Father. Help me remember that all these things are but by your grace and mercy. 'Cause sometimes it gets hard to think how you've been so good to me. My assurance is to slip from me, so remind me of your sovereignty. When the doubt creeps in, help me hold on to every promise of your word. And you alone have found my worth. When the darkness hides your face, Lord, give me the faith to believe. You're holding me, hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me. Truth is, I'm scared to admit that my life ain't always what it seems. Like a tapestry that looks good and neat, yet the underside is unraveling. 'Cause sometimes it gets hard to think how you're not done with my story. So I lay down my anxieties. No, you carry me till I'm complete. When the doubt creeps in, help me hold on to every promise of your word. And you alone have found my worth. When the darkness hides your face, Lord, give me the faith to believe. You're holding me, hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me, yeah. Hold on to me, yeah. Hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me, yeah. 'Cause sometimes it gets hard to think how you've been so good to me. When